Now, I don't know about you guys, but I find myself sometimes filled with uncertainties. Any of you? Sometimes I'm unsure about tomorrow. Sometimes I am unsure about the politics of this nation. Sometimes I am unsure about how in the world we are going to raise kids in this culture. Sometimes, being honest with you, I am unsure about you. I mean, sometimes we work hard, our staff works hard for preaching the gospel, teaching, all these, and sometimes I don't know if it clicks. Sometimes I am unsure about what tomorrow holds in such a way, how are my finances going to work out? Sometimes I am unsure about what kind of chaos is going to take place now that people are going to get all crazy about. There's a lot of uncertainties, and I could go on, but every time uncertain things happen in life, every time uncertainties appear, I can be sure of this, that I can turn myself back and be filled with the truth and the righteousness of God that illuminates back, because there are more assurances than there are uncertainties. For example, every time I am uncertain, I can still be sure of this, that in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. I can still be sure of this, that God created me in His own image, because God made man in His own image. Therefore, I am created to be in the image of God. I can be sure of this, that God promises from the beginning of the scripture all the way to the end that He will guide and lead His people. I can be sure of this, that Jesus came as a baby, grew up, began a ministry, God Himself in the flesh, died on the cross for the sins of humanity. He was placed in a tomb. I can be sure of that, of His death. But then I am also sure that on the third day He rose again from the dead and walked out of the tomb. I am still sure of the fact that after His resurrection, He was ascended to heaven, and He said, I am going to the Father. In my Father's house there's going to be so many rooms for you. I am coming back for you. He said that I am coming back. I can be sure of that. I can be sure of that whosoever calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. Therefore, I will call upon His name. Yes, there are so many uncertainties in my life, but boy, am I sure of things. I am sure of who I serve. I am sure of my King. I am sure, therefore, my heart is not troubled.